morning students. In last class already we are discussed about potentiometer and potentiometer applications. So in last class already we are informed one thing, by using potentiometer only we can able to compare the EMF of the given cells. What is the thing? We can able to compare the EMF of the given cells by using potentiometer. Easily we can obtain. And one more thing also we are discussed in last class, with the help of potentiometer only actual internal resistance of a given cell is calculated. Okay, what is the thing here? Internal resistance of a given cell is actually we can calculate by using which device? Potentiometer only. So this potentiometer is works on one principle. Okay, what is the principle we are discussed in last class? That is nothing but potential difference across any portion is directly proportional to length of that portion. Means potential difference across any portion is directly proportional to the length of that portion. That is already in previous classes we are discussed. So now students, we are going to new concept, that is comparison of EMF of cells by using potentiometer. Means what is the thing here? Comparison of EMF of cells by using potentiometer. For that thing students, just once I am repeating the principle here. What is the principle here? Potential difference across any portion is directly proportional to length. So V is proportional to L, that is we know very well. For example, when internal resistance of the cell is 0 means compulsory potential and EMFs becomes equal. Okay, in that condition, just I am representing here, we have some knowledge, capital E is equal to I into small r plus capital R. So here small r is nothing but internal resistance of the cell, and capital R is we are giving some external resistance. So here by expanding mathematically, E value is equal to, we can get as I into small r plus I into capital R. So now E value is equal to IR plus V. If small r value is equal to 0 means here we can represent capital E value is equal to capital V. So now therefore E is proportional to L. That notation we have capital E is equal to phi into L. One notation we can represent. So E by L value is equal to, we can represent as phi. That phi is we are calling as one proportionality constant. That proportionality constant only we are calling as potential drop per unit length. So that is only we are calling as potential drop per unit length. So now for comparison of EMF of the cells case, just I am representing one circuit diagram. So with the help of that circuit diagram we can able to find few relations here. See students, this is the one arrangement we are given. Okay, in this arrangement we know very well, here AB is nothing but potentiometer wire. So this is one free end of the potentiometer wire at a point A is present. This is another free end of a potentiometer wire at a position or at end B is present. Between these two free ends of a potentiometer wire, we are introducing one primary circuit. So in primary circuit, which one is present? One battery is present, one resistance is present, and one tap key is present. So here in primary circuit I am representing here one battery, here the series resistance, that is RS, and one tap key. That tap key is I am named as K1. So this is about primary circuit, already we are explained. So now we are going to secondary circuit. So this is on secondary circuit. In secondary circuit I am taking two cells. First cell having EMF E1 like this, and this is the second cell having EMF E2. These two cells I am arranged parallel to each other, and this total arrangement is connected to two-way key arrangement. So this one is arranged to two-way key arrangement. In that two-way key arrangement we have three terminals. Those three terminals are named as 1, 2 and 3. First terminal is connected to cell E1 and second terminal is connected to cell having EMF E2, but third terminal is connected to one galvanometer. So like that we can connect it. So this galvanometer is further connected to a jockey. Okay, galvanometer is connected to which one? Jockey is we can observe. If suppose the terminals 1 and 3 is connected, then E1 cell or first cell having EMF E1 only working, then with the help of this galvanometer and jockey we can obtain one null point. That null point we are named as N1. Here from that null point only we can able to find out the balancing length L1. If suppose we are used second and third terminals, then a second cell having EMF E2 is in working condition. So then with the help of this galvanometer jockey we can identify one more null point. That null point is we are named as N2. Then balancing length L2 is we can able to find. This is the just a small information about the things. Okay students, the same things once I am repeating here. Figure shows two cells of EMFs E1 and E2. The points marks 1, 2, 3 from a two-way key arrangement. So now we are going one by one point wise. Consider the first position of the key where 1 and 3 are connected. So the galvanometer is connected to the first cell having EMF E1. The jockey is moved along the wire at a point N1. The balancing length L1 is measured by the principle of the potentiometer. We have the notation E1 is equal to 5 into L1. So E1 is equal to 5 into L1. That only I am taken as equation 1. So in the same way, in a similar manner, now I am doing like this. Now the second position of the key where 2 and 3 are connected, so the galvanometer is connected to a second cell having EMF E2. So now in this condition what will happen when the jockey is moved along the wire at a point N2, we are getting one null point, that is N2. Based on that one, balancing length L2 is also we can find. Here also by the principle of potentiometer we can able to get as E2 value is equal to 5 into L2. E2 value is equal to 5 into L2. We are finding that is I am taken as equation 2. So how many equations we are finding? Two equations we are finding. E1 is equal to 5 L1 and E2 value is equal to 5 into L2. By taking the ratio for those two, or otherwise divide equation by 1 by equation 2, we can get like this. E1 divided by E2 value is equal to, here we can write 5 into L1 divided by 5 into L2. Here 5 will be cancelled in numerator and denominator. So we are getting as E1 by E2 value is equal to L1 by L2. Using the above formula, the EMF of two given cells is compared. This is the way of getting comparison of EMF of two cells. Okay students, further based on this same concept we can get one small application, that is here I am naming as sum and difference method. What is the thing I am going here? Sum and difference method I am going. So if suppose first of all you can observe the things here. Here two cells are in series combination. Here negative terminal of the first cell is connected to positive terminal of the second battery. So here what I am telling means both are supporting each other. In this situation we know very well when two cells are in series combination, net EMF is becomes E1 plus E2. So here net EMF is we are taken as E1 plus E2. In the second diagram just once observe the thing, here both are opposing each other. I am mentioning means here negative terminal of first cell is connected to negative terminal of the second cell only. So in this condition net EMF is becomes as E1 difference E2, or otherwise E1 minus E2 I am representing. So here what is the condition here we are mentioning means, let L1 and L2 are the balancing lengths corresponding two cells which are connected in secondary circuit. First support each other and then oppose each other. Then in this condition how we are getting the relations means, in this way we are getting the relations E1 plus E2 by E1 minus E2 is equal to L1 by L2. So this is one type of relation we are observing. E1 plus E2 divided by E1 minus E2 is equal to L1 by L2. And also this is we can able to represent as E1 by E2 is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus L2. So this is E1 by E2 is equal to L1 plus L2 divided by L1 minus minus L2 is also we can able to represent. This is a comparison of EMF of cells concept completed. Now we are ready to go into new thing, that is internal resistance of the cell by using potentiometer. How to determine once we can check it. Okay students. See students, determination of internal resistance of a cell by using potentiometer. So we know very well, okay, that is potential difference across any point is directly proportional to the length of that portion. That is the principle of potentiometer, we know very well. So based on that, E is proportional to L, already known. E is equal to phi into L, also we know very well, where phi is we are calling as one proportionality constant, that only we are calling as a potential drop per unit length. So E by L is also we are taken as a phi, that is phi is nothing but potential drop per unit length, that also already we know. Now students, once observe the circuit diagram. In a potentiometer, totally we have two types of circuits. One is primary circuit and another one is a secondary circuit. Those things already we know very well. In primary circuit means what's the thing, between the free ends of a potentiometer wire we are introducing one battery and resistance and tap key. So for example, this is one free end of the potentiometer wire, this is one free end of the potentiometer wire. This total wire is arranged on a wooden board. So these two free ends of the potentiometer wire is connected to one battery. Along that battery one series resistance RS is also we are introducing. Along with that one tap key, the tap key is named as K1 is also arranged. This is about primary circuit in potentiometer, already we are discussing. So in secondary circuit we are taking one cell having internal resistance R, that cell is having EMF E. So in this way easily we can arrange the secondary circuit. This is a cell having EMF capital E and also having internal resistance small r. So parallel to that one we are arranging one another tap key. That tap key is named as K2. Along with that we are introducing one resistance box. So this total arrangement is connected to one galvanometer. So that galvanometer is further connected to jockey. From the jockey only we can able to get balancing lengths L1 and L2 like that. So how to find here balancing lengths here L1 and L2? Just once we can check it. See students, when K2 is open and K1 is closed, so in that condition what will happen, resistance box in secondary circuit is not in working condition. So in that condition, while moving a jockey on potentiometer wire, we are getting a one balancing length at a null point N1. So that balancing length I am represented with L1. So now based on potentiometer principle, we have E is equal to phi into L1. One notation we have. What is the notation? E value is equal to phi into L1. One notation we have, that only I am taken as a here equation 1. Now what I am doing means, now the K2 key is also I am just closing. In that condition, resistance box in secondary circuit is in working condition. In that condition, then balancing length we want to calculate. That balancing length we can observe at a point N2. That balancing length value is I am taking as L2. Now here based on principle of potentiometer we can able to get V is equal to phi into L2. So V is equal to phi into L2 we are introducing, that is I am taking as equation 2. So by dividing equation 1 by equation 2, E by V is equal to phi into L1 divided by phi into L2. One thing we can able to understood. So E by V is equal to phi into L1 divided by phi into L2. So next by simple mathematical calculations we can get the result for internal resistance. See students, by cancelling the phi we are getting E by V is equal to L1 by L2. So we know very well capital E is equal to I into small r plus capital R, and also we know very well V is equal to IR. By using these notations here substituted means I into small r plus capital R divided by I into R value is equal to L1 by L2. Here by cancelling I in numerator and denominator we can get small r plus capital R by R value is equal to L1 by L2. So then R by capital R plus 1 is equal to L1 by L2, small r divided by capital R is equal to L1 minus L2 minus 1. So on simplification we are getting small r value is equal to capital R into L1 minus L2 divided by L2. By knowing R values, L1 and L2 values, internal resistance of the cell, easily we can calculate it. This is the small information about internal resistance of a given cell by using potentiometer. Now one more application also we will think it now. See students, for finding internal resistance we are introducing one resistance box in secondary circuit. For example, first of all I am introducing one resistance, that is R1. By using the resistance R1, if we are finding the balancing length L1, means if suppose by changing the resistance R1 to R2, then we are getting one more balancing length, that is L2. So by using R1 resistance, balancing length is L1 we are finding. By using resistance R2, we are finding L2 balancing length. In that condition we have one notation, R1 divided by R2 into R2 plus small r divided by R1 plus small r is equal to L1 by L2, where small r is we are taken as internal resistance of the cell. This is the things. Okay, already current electricity chapter almost completed. In next class onwards we will go to few problems based on these completed topics. Okay students, thank you.